I have a shot at any championship in the Mid-Atlantic territory. A shot at anyone, and you know what they say, the most dangerous shot is the one you don't see coming.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, Scars and Stripes, Brian Morris is about to take on Christopher Prince, a match I've been looking forward to for a long, long time. Let's go up to April Bailey.
As have I, guys.
The following match is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, from the Meadowlands in East Rutherford, New Jersey, weighing in at 193 pounds, he is Wonderboy, Brian Morris.
Perhaps it's that New Jersey swagger that the Wonderboy carries with him.
Maybe.
Well, what he carries with him is a guaranteed title shot of his choice at any belt here at MATW.
That's going to lend itself to a lot of narcissism in my estimation.
And of course,
And his opponent, from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 172 pounds, he is Christopher Prince.
However, the X Factor has arrived.
These fans love this guy. They love Bad Magic, and they love Christopher Prince on his own as he's returning here to MATW.
Well, as I've alluded to before, we talked about it a little bit a couple of episodes prior. Chris Prince re-entering the solo ranks. Kevin, it must be when you are so accustomed to, you've done everything you can, you need a breather, you roll over to make that tag, and your partner isn't there. It has to, there has to be
when Prince
a
runs
strong
out of gas,
learning.
when Prince runs out of gas, he knows there's somebody else there to take over. He knows he can reach out and take a breather and try to get his bearings and his wits about him to get back into the action. He doesn't have that now, and Christopher Prince has been used to going 100 miles an hour non-stop.
listen,
He cannot do that.
Steamboat had Youngblood for years.
Yeah.
But eventually, you take flight on your own, and the real cream rises to the top. Brian Morris believes that
But you have
he's
to temper yourself
Yeah.
in that regard. And Prince, he doesn't have the gear. I'm
No.
telling you.
And Brian Morris, sent me a thank you card for exiting the Revolution Rumble because, of course, I could have won.
Could've.
And I wanted to give it to a young upstart.
I
like
could have
Wonderboy.
won, he said.
Of course, the story of that Revolution Rumble has to be Bone Crusher and what he was able to do, because
See the amount of people.
I mean, there was bodies laying all over the floor, and it was all courtesy of Bone Crusher throwing one after the other after the other.
High carnage indeed.
And it was Brian Morris basically down and out in the ring as Bone Crusher was surprisingly eliminated, and that's what gave Morris the victory in the Revolution Rumble.
And now Morris,
He needs to focus right now, though.
Yeah.
Christopher Prince is not someone you can take lightly.
just getting ready to say he is spending a little bit too much of his time preoccupied with the fandom around the ring.
And of course, Brian Morris very coy, not giving Lee the non-answer about which champion he might pursue. Obviously, now with Preston Quinn, Brent, in control of the television championship, continuing on after the victory over Brutal Bob Evans, is that somebody that Brian Morris might want to target, or do you stay as far away from PQ as you possibly can?
Well, I mean,
I wasn't asking you.
Well, if I'm posed that question, if I'm Brian Morris, listen, the one side of the coin, what better way to matriculate up the ladder than to take on a veteran such as Preston Quinn? Win, lose, or draw, it's going to get some notice on you because it's the television championship.
And of course, next week, the culmination of the Scars and Stripes tour will be for the MATW Heavyweight Championship, BT Windsor against Man of War. Do you, if you are Brian Morris, ABT, are you scouting that match? Are you watching that match?
if I'm Brian Morris, you know what I do? I'm not fighting Man of War. I'm not fighting BT Windsor with all these idiots behind him. I'm definitely not fighting Preston Quinn. I go talk to Bone Crusher, and I say, hey, why don't you come in here with me? Why don't you get form a tag team with me? Let's go over to the tag team champions. We're about to see a buckhouse brawl between XLG and Whiskey Business. Next week, I want a tag title shot against whoever's beaten up and bloody.
Let's
Makes a lot of sense.
It does.
No
Normally,
doubt.
I always do. You guys just don't understand. I've seen the internet comments.
oh, it's reason season, no doubt about it.
Christopher Prince.
Boy, I tell you.
Look. Christopher Prince and Brian Morris here.
You notice how Brian Morris stays very close to the ropes.
Oh, yeah.
Prince controls the center of the ring.
Up and over.
Holy
Prince.
Hannah, if that right would have connected. High hip tosses
Yeah,
now.
the hip tosses do, but Morris to the midsection, of course, Brian Morris.
Oh,
Sends Prince in and up. Oh, Prince takes down Morris. Folks, we got to take a quick break. We'll be right back right after this.
Morris is in trouble.
reeling, guys.
Kevin Kelly, Brent Fleener, ABT here at ringside. Scars and Stripes tour continues. Of course, Brian Morris winning the Revolution Rumble. But that prize is not up for grabs here.
Not, but the respect, the movement up the rankings is, and Morris wants that, even if he has a guaranteed shot.
Oh,
And
wait
now-
a second. Look at the way he's using ring positioning beautifully is Morris.
You know that Morris wants to prove he deserves it.
Oh, what a
Better way to
maneuver
do it
now.
than taking out Chris Prince here on the Scars and Stripes tour. Speaking of which, I'm glad I don't have to share a room with either one of you two on this
Oh,
tour.
well, likewise, I'm sure.
Choking the life out of Chris Prince. Do what you got to do, Brian.
And I don't know if y'all noticed, but the
Look at his
look
face,
on
look.
referee Brandon Siegel's face when he was maneuvered in between the two competitors.
Neck breaker. Beautifully done.
Out of position, he had no idea.
Only a one count.
Again,
Look at Morris's face. Look at Brian Morris right now.
Oh, boy.
When you look at who's who in professional wrestling, from of course Bam Bam Bigelow and the Big Show and Sheamus, Damian Priest. What do they all have in common with Brian Morris? Well, they all came out of the Monster Factory, and
It's true.
the greatest champion of them all could very well be Brian Morris.
Oh!
We talked about the future of MATW so much last week with that great matchup between Bandu and Lopez. Brian Morris is in that conversation, guys. Love him or hate him. And these people hate him.
Well, these people are wrong. Brian Morris, you said it yourself, he is part of the future of MATW, a guaranteed title shot. Whether he takes my advice to the tag titles, whether he goes after Preston Quinn or goes after the winner the next week, BT wins or a Man of War.
One thing about the MATW faithful, however, guys, they do respect wrestling prowess.
Oh,
Case in point,
Look.
Preston Quinn has done some pretty dastardly things.
Right.
Leave me out of the equation. I'm talking about just what he's done to Party McFly, Terry Sequoia, and onward and on and on.
That's a win.
But the idea of the fans and the faithful supporting their own, I think a lot of them see, that's why they love Prince. I think they see Brian Morris as an outsider.
They see him as an outsider until he proves just how formidable
Hey, look, the
a
sign.
competitor he can be.
Oh, back
my.
suplex countered.
Oh,
The sign up there says Mid-Atlantic Territory Wrestling.
Yes, it does.
Brian Morrison is as Jersey's going to get.
Yes.
He is here. I mean, he is. Kevin has a great point.
Cover.
Kevin, you're actually right once in a
He
while.
comes in here and proves himself, however. I think you may see things.
And again, Brian Morris, a little bit of revisionist history, folks. Of course, Brian Morris didn't exactly come in with hands and arms wide open, waiting to embrace the
He
faithful.
just told us he did.
He told us, yes, but
Calling him a liar?
in this case, yes, I am.
Very much so.
Just like the fact that he said he beat 19 others to win. Cover.
He entered at 16, I think.
He beat 19. I fell to Brian Morris in that
Yeah.
in that match.
Well, the immovable object that was Bone Crusher got rid of half
Oh, he sure did.
the competition for him.
And yeah, I mean, it may have happened. DeMarcus Green may have eliminated Bone Crusher, but it doesn't matter. That means Morris was smart. He had the strategy.
My money was on competitor number 20, however.
Thank you for that. But right now,
Yeah.
your money should be on Brian Morris. Look, he's just dismantling Chris
Yeah.
Prince.
Boy, things turn about
You know,
for sure.
And there's
has
a reason.
occurred.
There's a reason why Brian Morris was selected to be in the field of the Super 8 tournament earlier this year, which for over 20 years has been the premier wrestling tournament in professional wrestling.
The names that have been in that tournament are a who's who of pro wrestling.
Oh, of course, when you look at Bryan Danielson and Christopher Daniels, on and on, Matt Hardy.
Boy, he is having his way with Christopher Prince right about now.
Prince's back was just hyperextended on that top rope, but answering with a strong boot, and now Prince looking to get back in control.
And if you're Prince, what statement does it make to beat the guy who just won the Revolution Rumble?
Thank you very much. You want upward trajectory for a former tag team specialist?
You ain't lying.
We do it right here, right now, by beating the guy who's got a title shot in his back pocket.
Yeah, what's that going to say?
These fans would love to see it. There's no question. The question is, will Morris allow it to happen?
And Morris, of late, is showing the signs.
Oh,
Morris is covered up.
he's trying, but now he's not.
Oh! No Abacus here. We're going to count to 10 the hard way. It looks like. Oh, Brian Morris almost lifeless on his feet.
Morris sent across the ring.
Wow, what a back body drop now from Prince.
Kick out from Brian Morris. Morris is not going down that easy. Again, I think Morris also has something to prove. It's not just about Prince beating a winner of the Revolution Rumble. Morris wants to prove it wasn't a fluke.
I think you're very spot on with that. When you look at Prince's evolution, of course, it was a year ago at Scars and Stripes that we were talking about Prince solidly cemented in a great tag team with a bright, bright future.
They held the MATW. They were the very first MATW Tag Team Champions. Held on to that belt for almost a year. And I mean, it was finally
Cover.
XLG cracking the code.
2.
Well, they were the MATW Tag Team Champions. XLG are the MATW World Tag Team Champions, Flamer. And we'll see that later tonight when they face Whiskey Business.
Yeah, and those titles could be changing hands, folks, here on the Scars and Stripes tour. I mean, everything seems to be set up for Whiskey Business, but we'll see what happens.
I would not be surprised if that indeed were the outcome.
It is Whiskey Business's type of match. That's our main event. Wild Bunkhouse Brawl out to the floor.
The old barroom slobber knocker, as it were.
Chris Prince right back in.
Something that they have doctorates
wait.
in. Not right, all of that.
Look at that.
That is a great judgment call by the referee, intentionally dropping him. Groin first on the top rope. Anything to avoid.
Intentional? Was it though?
It
Your
was
winner by
absolutely intentional.
Christopher
It was as intentional as him brushing his teeth.
We may disagree on that, but we have to agree on this. When we come back right after commercial, we are going to hear from Salazar's Army.
Don't go anywhere, folks.